Welcome back to Chiropractic First of Rockford. I'm Dr. Kyle Olson, and today I want to take just a few minutes to talk to you about one of the most important health topics that affects each one of us in our daily lives, and that's stress. Now, stress is known as the silent killer. It's actually the #1 indicator of one of the major killers in our country, which is heart disease. Every year in our country, heart disease claims more lives than breast and prostate cancer, more than AIDS, house fires, handguns, and car accidents combined. This is a national epidemic, and unfortunately, stress is something that is one of the primary causes for the deterioration of your health that leads to a prolonged heart disease. Now, what happens with stress is it causes what's called the flight or flight response in your body, and it fundamentally changes the way your nervous system is functioning. So for instance, when you go into this flight or flight, when you get scared or stressed out, your heartbeat rises, you may feel your palms get sweaty. Those are things you feel, but what you may not feel is that at the same time, your digestion is slowing down or shutting down because your body doesn't want to use energy that should be going toward digesting food when it can be using it to increase your muscles or get you out of that bad situation. Not only does your digestion shut down, but you actually release more glucose into your body. So for somebody who may be diabetic or borderline diabetic, you're actually putting yourself at a risk with that increased blood glucose levels as well. So over time, what happens is that stress, it fundamentally changes the way your hormones are functioning in your body and the way your body is digesting nutrients. So it can actually lead to things like increased weight loss, just a hard and slow metabolism. If you feel like you're somebody that's just stuck and you can't get over those certain levels of pounds you want to lose, or you feel like you're not sleeping well at night after night and you can't figure out why, chances are there's a lot of stress that's at the root cause of that. But there's good news. The good news is this: a diamond can only form when it's under a large amount of stress. The way you handle stress is how you can actually overcome some of the risks that come along with it. Unfortunately, stress can never be completely eliminated from our lives because there's just too many things that cause it, but the way you handle it can completely change your health for the years to come. There are 3 different forms of stress. There's chemical stress, there's emotional stress, and there's physical stress. Now, chemical stress comes from the food that we eat or the chemicals that we're exposed to every day. Things like fast food, sugars, caffeine, alcohol, even medications that you're on that put a strain onto different parts of your body, that causes a chemical stress day in and day out. You can avoid those chemical stresses by doing things like exercising is a great way. You can also start to look at ways to cut down or reduce some of the medications that you're on every day by getting healthier. The other kind of stress that I want to talk to you right now about is emotional stress. This is the one that we're all very familiar with. It's stress because you have guests coming over to your house and it's a mess. It's stress because you have a promotion at work you're trying to get to, but you just can't seem to get there, or you have a big meeting coming up that you're not prepared for. Those are stresses that emotionally we feel are going to harm us, but oftentimes don't, but we put that strain on our body. But even with emotional stress, our bodies respond in a physical way. It changes our hormones, our digestion, and our overall health. The best thing to do for that are things that actually reduce stress. So hobbies or activities that you have, go for a walk. Even do things like getting a massage or doing yoga helps to reduce that level of emotional stress that you have. The final kind of stress is physical stress. This comes from poor posture every day at work. If you're sitting, hunching over, putting stress on your upper back and your neck. It can come from long-term injuries. So maybe you had a car accident years ago that you never got taken care of, and so your muscles are tight, you're just in a lot of pain. Those kind of chronic pains put strain and stress onto your body. Most of the time, these are the things that people just say, well, I've learned to deal with it, or I have to do this because I have a family, I have a job to do. That's very noble, but unfortunately your health is getting worse and worse every year that you ignore that. The best thing you can do for physical stress, get up and move around, exercise, and most importantly, make sure that your nervous system is functioning properly and that it's not deteriorating your spine and your joints, leading to longer issues and more concerning health issues. So remember, stress can form a diamond, and it can change the way that you visualize your health just depending on how you handle it. I look forward to seeing you again. Until next time, I'm Dr. Kyle Olson with Chiropractic First of Rockford. Have a maximized day.